Throw legal power limits to the wind in search of crazy off-road adrenaline. The original stealth bomber makes around 4.8 kilowatts of power, or about 24 times as much as you're allowed to use on the road. It weighs in at 53 kilos, just over half the weight of a 125cc dirt bike, and if you pedal it at top speed and wind the throttle on, you're looking at a top speed of around 85 k's an hour and a range of about 80 k's all up. The lithium iron phosphate power pack is swappable if you're prepared to fork out the $2,000 for an extra battery, and it's rated for 800 cycles. The frame is aircraft grade chrome moly, and Stealth describes it as virtually indestructible. As such, they give it a lifetime warranty. Suspension is D&M coilover gear with a rear travel of around 10.5 inches and a front travel of 8 inches. Helping to keep the weight down is a carbon fibre handlebar and seat post. At just under $10,000 US, this is absolutely a premium product. But riding the thing is a pretty unique experience. Put simply, it hammers. You can always tell who's just had their first ride on a stealth bike. They're selling this thing as halfway between a dirt bike and a mountain bike experience. And that's not a bad analogy. Think of it as a mountain bike, and it's a monster of a thing that makes uphills feel like downhills and generates truly terrifying speeds on a flat trail. Think of it as a dirt bike, and it's lighter, more physical to ride. It's totally silent, and it doesn't tear the tracks up as much, so it's not going to annoy your neighbours. The 9-speed sequential shift gearbox takes derailleurs and chain tensioners right out of the picture, so with the exception of the long life chain, you're basically looking at a maintenance-free fun machine. On a fast track, this thing is a beast. Your heart's pumping as much from the speed as it is from the leg workout. On a tighter track, maybe the throttle kicks in a bit too harshly, but it's still fantastic. Our bike wasn't really set up for jumping, but we threw it at a mini motocross track anyway, and we had a blast, even if it could have done with some more damping on the landings. There's certainly no complaints about these Magura disc brakes. The bomber stops really well. And you've got the option to hit this thumb switch and engage some regenerative braking at the rear wheel on any downhill descent. Between the dirt bike and mountain bike extremes, the Stealth Bomber definitely feels more like a mountain bike. On steroids. And amphetamines. This is a seriously fun machine with some pretty amazing capabilities.